Hello. That was almost a tragedy. Not really. Yesterday it poured and poured and poured down in buckets. My car was leaking a little bit. We need to work on the seals, but I was pulling off, about to head home. It's nice and warm. It was cooler earlier this morning, and I forgot to put the top down. I had to find a parking lot as quick as possible. My God. And then the way I was headed, you could see that it was backed up. That's one thing about having a little car. I busted a U in about a half a second and went back the other way. I get to drive through town, but that's all right. I'll take that. Better than sitting in traffic. With prices and inflation and everything the way it is, when you go to the store, make sure what things ring up for, if it's the same as what you saw on the shelf. I was at a store and I saw these little drinks and I was getting them, and I saw them on one shelf, they were $11. On the other shelf, they were $12, and on the other shelf, they were $9.99. And when they rang up, I said, I think those were $9.99. They're on a little end cap right here by the checkout. And he calls the price check guy, and the price check guy goes, "What price did you see?" I said, right over there, I said, I think they're, pretty sure they're $9.99. He just types in 99 and goes on. What I should have said is, how much do you think they are? Because he knew that price wasn't right. How many people did they catch out for an extra couple of dollars per package just because you don't notice what things are ringing up as? I mean, places like Dollar General have gotten majorly sued because they're the worst about updating their shelves and their prices. But this was one shelf, one price, one shelf on sale, but not noted in computer as on sale. That's tricky. I don't like that. Anyway, who cares? Got it straight. What is sad is I went and got gas just a few minutes ago because I'm an idiot and forgot to get, well, I got a little bit of gas this morning because it was going to be too expensive up by my house, so I only got a couple of gallons. So I went to Sam's, and Super, which this little silly car requires, is $3.71 a gallon. That feels like a gift. This morning I had a 10 cent off coupon at the pump from Chevron, so it was $3.99 after the 10 cent off. $3.71 feels like a gift. Not that long ago it was, what, $3.35, $3.40. This excursion, whatever the hell he wants to call it, needs to end soon. He started something he don't know how to get out of, and the other side is pulled out a trump card, if you will, by blocking the fuel supply of probably about 20% of the world goes through that Strait of Hormuz. Not sure how they didn't figure out that the other guys might do that, but apparently this was news to them. It's not news to us. We're paying the prices right now. This needs to get over with. Not talking politics, talking economy, talking simple logic. Sun shining, it's 63, it's a little chilly, but hey, sun shining, headed home. I can't be that fussy. There's no point in it. Can't stop the smile. The last couple of days I've been doing a little bit of editing. I finally started working on the more fleshed out version of my Princess Cruise video. What I'm finding from what I want to show is how much I didn't shoot. My God. You know, I shot little things, but I didn't shoot anything to set them up. Like the bar that we really liked, the theater that you see the shows in. I didn't make any establishing shots. So, thank God I found a cruise website that has lots of pictures put up by people all over the ships. I mean, these people did some beautiful work. So I am turning this into a hybrid video slash slideshow. I'll do better next time. I know more of what I need now to try to tell the story. They say if you're shooting something, shoot it from 3 different angles. Oh yeah, I promise I will next time. So it is extremely time consuming, but I think it shall be worth it in the end. All I can say is what I've said before. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, future me has already gotten some of this stuff done. Hopefully that video is good and you've already watched it and it's rocking. And it's got a lot more detail than the first one that didn't have any talking or any titles. Hopefully this one is semi-impressive. It's not going to be a full ship tour, but it will be a tour of the things that we like, the things that we enjoyed. So that's a little personal, but that's all right. It's down by the riverfront by the casinos. Like every time you're trying to pass one of those tourists, just try to run out in front of you. Yeah, they have a crosswalk, but unless you're turning in a way that gives them the right of way, they don't have the right of way just to run across the road at any given point. That deer in the headlight, they look and it's like, back up, because I'm coming on through. I don't think you want to see me screech on my brakes. I'm going to still hit you, so you better stop, Mr. Tourist, or you're going to have a bad trip. I guess everything comes in waves. You know, I filmed and filmed for days on days with these at first. I've still got several days left that I haven't even touched. But I started editing the last couple of days, and my brain goes, I don't really feel like talking. I don't know what to talk about. You better make sure you have something to talk about, because else I'm going to have to edit it out later. So I haven't recorded the last couple of days. With it pouring rain yesterday, I definitely didn't feel like doing anything social. Speaking to you, myself, everybody, that's social. I was not in a social mode. It's too wet, too miserable. I know I can whine. There's other places in the country it happens every day. It don't happen here every day, but when it does, it comes a lot of it, and it's miserable because we're not used to it. So anyway, I'm sure I'll erase most of this because this is not Pulitzer Prize winning stuff. I don't think you win Pulitzer Prize for vlogs anyway. The other thing editing on this video does is gets my brain spinning as to what I need and what I want to do on this next trip. Yeah, it's March the 12th. I know I shouldn't say the date on here. It's March the 12th. I got until November the 15th. That's a long freaking way away. I've said this before, I gotta calm down. I gotta be more like my wife because I get too excited. My brain starts spinning. Things to do. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna make it. It's gonna be better next time. Just shut up. You still got a long way to go to get there. Just relax. Otherwise you'll make yourself miserable. I'm sure you've had things you're looking forward to before too. You drive yourself nuts, drive everybody else nuts. Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet. It's like a little kid. Just be quiet. Let's play the quiet game for a little bit. We'll get there. Don't worry. I am learning a little bit from my mistakes, though, as I'm trying to edit this video together in a totally different way than the way I did before, which was sharp, tight, no extra air in it. I got pieces now that I need a little bit longer video if I'm going to use a voiceover or some titles on it. So I'm slowing them down to half speed. They look okay, but if I would have thought about it, anything that matters like that, I would have shot at a faster frame rate so that it wouldn't be jumpy or jerky at all. It would just be butter smooth. I always say this, I'm a work in progress. We all are. There's no better way to learn from your mistakes than to get bit in the butt by them. So I'll learn. I'll do better next time. I promise. Again, I hope I'm speaking about something that's long done and over, hopefully. Because the other thing this thing is doing besides jacking up fuel prices, the fuel and oil prices are screwing the stock market big time. Like I said, the oil goes up, everything else goes in the toilet. Because say take Carnival Cruise Lines right now. They're making money hand over fist. They're paying a dividend again when nobody else really is. I mean, Royal is, but NCLH, nobody else is paying dividend. Carnival's paying a dividend, and they're being fair about it, which means they're on good, solid footing. But their stock has taken like 20% hit in the last 10 days. That's set us back months of progress because we've been steadily building up, trying to get back towards that pandemic prices. Before the pandemic, Carnival used to sit in the $40, $50 range. We're still in the, I think we're in like the $24 range right now. We were steadily, like Price is Right, going up the mountain. We were steadily going up the mountain till the mountain got blowed the hell out from under us. We need this over. Hopefully it's over already. Hopefully not too much damage. Hopefully not too much lives lost or anything horrible like that. Because, you know, this is not just all about oil and money, but oil and money do matter. So hopefully this wraps up. Hopefully this is already wrapped up. Maybe they can get back on track because they were about to put out earnings in about 6 days, and I'm sure they had great things to say, except for what's happened in the last 10 days. There's no way your stock price goes up at a time like this, even if you put out the best earnings, because everybody knows there's a huge asterisk for what's currently going on. Yeah, your quarter was great until now. Nobody's going to give you credit for that, unfortunately. So all we can do is hope this thing cleans up and gets over with, and we'll just start rebuilding again. I'm not sure whatever it's like wherever you are, USA or world, but I'm not kidding myself. I'm talking to my mom. You know how this is. I'm used to a regular car. I'm not used to convertible. I have pollen in places in this car I couldn't imagine. It's like, I understand I need to wipe it out, you know, shine things up, pull out some Pledge or some Armor All. But some of this, I'm gonna need a frigging leaf blower to get it out of here, because this car is painted speckled green right now from all this pollen. It's starting to choke me up and make me congested like it always does this time of year. What I got to do is try to do my best to stay not sick, because normally this is when a cold turns into allergies, turns into a sinus infection, and ends up with me and a doctor getting a shot in the rear end. That's pretty much what happens, rinse and repeat over and over. So hopefully it's not making you miserable right now. Hopefully maybe you're already done with it. Hopefully we get done with this soon too. I found myself whining too much today. I don't mean to. Whining about the weather, whining about the rain. I'm drawing back to New Edition, Can You Stand the Rain? Great song. On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. I'm not going to sing. Even my mom would give me a thumbs down on that. But on the perfect days, it's easy to be happy. On the rainy days, on the cold days, it's easy to be miserable and whiny. But you gotta fight through that, you know. The bad days do come, but the good days are there. You know, it was crappy yesterday. It was cold this morning. But it's lovely and sunny right now, so I sound like a broken record about counting your blessings, but you have to, because you get good and bad everything you do. So try to make it through the bad days to get back to the good days as quickly as possible. Try to minimize those as best you can. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye.